For decades, scientists believed that planets could only form in a short window of time, just a few million years after their star is born. But what if that assumption was completely wrong? What if, out there in the vastness of space, an ancient world was still forming, long after it should have been impossible? NASA's latest discovery has shattered everything we thought we knew about planetary formation. A strange glowing disk of dust and gas, much older than any we've ever seen, has been found orbiting a distant star, defying every rule in the book. And if planets can form in conditions like these, then the search for life beyond Earth just became far more interesting. It all started when astronomers pointed their telescopes toward a star system over 30 million years old, expecting to see nothing but a stable, fully formed solar system. Instead, they found something they never expected, an enormous ring of gas and dust, the kind that usually disappears within a few million years. This is the raw material from which planets are born, and yet it was still there, swirling, colliding and potentially forming new worlds right before our eyes. But how is this possible? By all known scientific models, this shouldn't exist. The harsh radiation from the star should have blown the remaining dust away long ago. The forces of gravity should have already shaped any planets millions of years ago. And yet, here it was still in the process of creation. The implications are staggering. If planets can form much later than we ever thought possible, then the universe may be filled with more worlds than we ever imagined. Worlds that were born not in the violent, chaotic early years of their stars, but in a slow, drawn-out process, over tens of millions of years. If that's the case, then planets like Earth may be far more common than we assumed. And this raises an even bigger question. What does this mean for life? For decades, scientists have searched for habitable planets in young star systems, believing that life had to emerge early or not at all. But what if we were looking in the wrong places? What if life could arise on planets that formed much later, in conditions we never even considered? This discovery forces us to rethink everything. It suggests that life might not just be possible in more places, it might be inevitable. If planets can form over a much longer period, then the habitable zones of the universe just expanded dramatically. There may be countless worlds out there, quietly forming, waiting for the right conditions to spark life into existence. But this discovery also comes with a mystery. If this planet-forming disk has survived for so long, why haven't we seen more like it? Is it an anomaly? A rare cosmic event that defies all odds? Or have we simply not been looking in the right way? NASA scientists are now racing to uncover more examples, using powerful telescopes like the James Webb Space Telescope to peer deeper into the universe than ever before. If they find more of these ancient disks, it could rewrite the very foundations of planetary science. One thing is certain: the universe is far more complex, far more mysterious, and far more alive with possibility than we ever dared to imagine. And this is just the beginning. For years, astronomers believed that the window for planet formation was strictly limited. After about 10 million years, the swirling disk of gas and dust surrounding a young star should disappear, either forming, planets, or being blown away by powerful stellar winds. But then, something strange was found. A team of NASA scientists using the James Webb Space Telescope detected a planet-forming disk around a star that was over 30 million years old, 3 times beyond the accepted limit. It was as if they had stumbled upon a time capsule, a relic of a process that should have ended millions of years ago. This discovery wasn't just unexpected, it was impossible, according to everything we thought we knew. Dr. Jane Greaves, a leading astrophysicist studying planetary formation, described the finding as a complete game changer. Theories had to be rewritten. If this ancient disk was still active, was it forming planets at a much slower rate? Had we underestimated the time it takes for some solar systems to take shape? Or, even more astonishingly, could entirely new mechanisms be at play, ones that we never even considered? NASA's research team was stunned. The discovery suggested that planet formation might not be a brief, chaotic event, but instead a slow, drawn-out process that can last for tens of millions of years. If that's true, then the universe is teeming with potential worlds in the making, far more than we ever imagined. But that wasn't the only question haunting scientists. If a planet can take this long to form, what does that mean for the possibility of life beyond Earth? Could this discovery mean that life has more opportunities to emerge in unexpected places? The implications were staggering, and the search for answers was only beginning. Thousands of light years away, in the vast emptiness of space, a faint, unexpected glow appeared in the data. At first, it seemed like a mistake. Just noise, in the background of the cosmos. But as scientists at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory examined the signal, they realized they were looking at something astonishing. The James Webb Space Telescope had locked onto a distant star, a relatively old one by planetary formation standards. By all logic, there should have been nothing left around it. No swirling gas, no dust, no debris. And yet, hidden in the darkness, a massive ring of material still circled the star, glowing faintly under infrared light. It was a protoplanetary disk, the birthplace of planets, but one that had somehow survived for over 30 million years. Imagine standing on an alien world within this ancient system. Above, the sky would be filled with swirling clouds of dust and gas, stretching across the horizon like a cosmic storm frozen in time. New planets could still be forming, slowly assembling from countless particles colliding over millions of years. It was a scene that shouldn't exist. Yet here it was, unfolding before our very eyes. As the data poured in, one thing became clear. This discovery wasn't just rare, it was rewriting the very timeline of how planets are born. And if planetary formation could last this long, then the universe was hiding far more secrets than we ever imagined. But the real mystery was just beginning. Scientists needed to know, how was this even possible? And what did it mean for the search for habitable worlds beyond Earth? Planet formation is like building a city from scratch. It needs time, raw materials, and the right conditions. In the early days of a solar system, a newborn star is surrounded by a thick disk of dust and gas, the essential building blocks for planets. Over millions of years, these particles collide and stick together, forming larger and larger clumps until they become planets. But here's the catch. Scientists believe this construction site had a strict deadline. If the materials weren't used up within 10 million years, the strong radiation from the star would blow everything away, leaving no chance for planets to form. But this new discovery challenges that idea completely. Imagine finding an unfinished skyscraper in a city where all construction was supposed to have ended decades ago. That's exactly what NASA discovered. Evidence that planets might be forming tens of millions of years later than expected. This means that planetary systems could take a much slower, more extended route to development, dramatically increasing the number of worlds that could exist in the universe. This finding forces scientists to rethink everything. If a planet-forming disk can survive for 30 million years or more, then perhaps planetary birth isn't as rushed as we once thought. It suggests that stars might have second chances at forming planets, even long after their youth. And if more planets have the time to form, then the chances of finding habitable worlds, maybe even ones like Earth, just skyrocketed. This discovery has shaken the very foundations of planetary science. For decades, astronomers thought they had a solid grasp on how and when planets form, but now that understanding has been turned upside down. If planet-forming disks can survive for tens of millions of years longer than we thought, then the number of planets in the universe could be far greater than we ever imagined. And that raises an even bigger question. What does this mean for life? If planets are forming in places we never expected, could there be countless Earth-like worlds still in the making? Could entire star systems, once dismissed as barren, actually be teeming with planets that are just waiting for the right conditions to support life? And if planet formation is more common and more prolonged than we believed, does that mean life itself is inevitable? This discovery also changes the way we search for extraterrestrial life. Up until now, astronomers have focused on young planetary systems, assuming that's where the best chances for habitability lie. But what if we've been looking in the wrong places? What if older stars, long thought to be past their prime for planet formation, actually hold the key to finding habitable worlds? NASA is now planning follow-up studies to find more of these ancient planet-forming disks. The James Webb Space Telescope and future missions will scan the cosmos for similar anomalies, searching for other solar systems that may be silently building new worlds right now. The implications are staggering. This isn't just about rewriting textbooks. It's about reshaping our understanding of the universe itself. If planetary formation is still happening where we thought it had long since ended, then the odds of finding another Earth, or even life itself, just became far greater than we ever dared to believe. The universe is far more mysterious and dynamic than we ever imagined. Just when we think we have it all figured out, a discovery like this forces us to rethink everything. Planet formation isn't confined to a brief window of time. It could be happening all around us in places we never thought to look. And if that's true, then the odds of finding another Earth, or even life itself, just skyrocketed. This isn't just a scientific breakthrough. It's a reminder that the cosmos is still full of secrets waiting to be uncovered. We are standing on the edge of a new era in space exploration, one where every new discovery brings us closer to answering the biggest question of all. Are we alone in the universe? What do you think? Does this discovery bring us one step closer to finding alien life? Or are there even bigger surprises waiting for us in the depths of space? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-blowing discoveries from the universe. And as always, keep looking up, because the next great cosmic revelation could be just around the corner.